I have a lot of violins. I have, I think, about 20 and 2 violas. And I love playing them. And I go from one to another and enjoy their different voices and the different characteristics. And I've made videos featuring every single one except this. So, what about this? Well, this is the most recent one. I bought it about 5 weeks ago and it's now in good playing condition. It wasn't when I bought it. It had no bridge, no strings, no tailpiece, 3 pegs, not 4, the correct number. So it was unplayable, of course. But I have a friend who is a very skilled violin maker, and she very kindly sets up any violins I get. And she's done that, as you can see. A well-fitted bridge, good strings, a nice rosewood tailpiece, nice rosewood pegs. It really looks pretty good now. There it is. One side, and the back, and the scroll. There we are. Well, I bought it because it looked interesting. It is Polish, and it was made by Piotr Kubas, who was a respected maker in Krakow in the early and middle part of the 20th century. And the provenance of that sound interested me because it was made probably in wartime, in the Second World War. It is labelled, and there's a date, 1940. The last digit is very hard to make out. It might be 2, 1942, it might be 9, 1949. But of course, Krakow was occupied by the Germans during the war, and it is the city of Oscar Schindler, where he had his metalwork factory and where he managed to rescue over 1,000 Jewish workers. So this violin might have a story to tell if it could speak. Piotr Kubas was a good maker. He was a judge in the International Wieniawski violin making competition. He also, in 1 year, won a prize for one of his violins in the same competition. So you could expect this to be at least quite good, or possibly a bit better. However, I don't think it's been played for a very long time, and it has lost its voice to some extent, I think. If violins are not regularly played, they go a bit sleepy, and they need to be played back in. And I've played this perhaps for 3/4 of an hour or something, altogether not very long. So it needs a lot more playing. However, I'm going to play it now, and you can hear what it sounds like at the present moment. And just to give an idea, here's a Scots tune which uses all 4 strings, and so you can hear the whole violin, except very high up. Here we go. After this, a little bit more from me, and then I'll play something else. The tune is called The Colburn. Now the sound, I think, is undeniably attractive, but it's got a cramped sort of feel to it, particularly on the 2 lower strings. I have another friend who's a very good viola player who says to wake up a violin you have to do things like this. Now what I'm doing is I'm playing very close to the bridge and heavily, deliberately, because the bridge carries the sound waves down into the body of the violin, which is an amplifying sound box effectively. And if you do that, then the top of the violin, which is the vibrating part, begins to move again and you get a better sound. You have to keep on doing it for a long time. I might manage to do it for 10 minutes at a go, but I wouldn't like to do it for any longer. But playing it is what you have to do. Anyway, I'm going to demonstrate it a little bit more by playing the slow movement of the Bach double concerto. I'll play the first violin part, and in a month's time I will make another video with this violin by Piotr Kubas, but it will have been played quite a lot by then, and it will be possible to make a comparison and see just whether it's going to be a really good instrument in the fullness of time. By the way, a month is not nearly long enough. You keep on for a long time until it's fully up to its potential. But here we go. No, that wasn't a perfect performance. One or two things wrong with it, as I'm sure you noticed. And also, unavoidably, since it hasn't been played much, the strings have actually slackened very slightly in playing, and I was aware that we were slightly flat. Not bad, but slightly. Anyway, there it is. And in a month's time, the same again, and we'll see just how far Mr. Kubas's violin has improved.